What is up, guys? Welcome back to another casted game on the channel. Today we have a 1 vs 1 pro German mirror game between Soldier and Konsensus. The map today is the Great Plains. Soldier spawned to the northeast map in the colour blue. The Konsensus spawned down to the southwest in the colour red. Recently, Konsensus played a show match on the channel. I can't quite remember if I've released it yet. No, I have actually, and it was a team versus battle one. Very enjoyable, actually. Got some more show matches in the pipeline. Continue to enjoy those videos as well as all the other ones. And yeah, Konsensus big player. But Action Soldier to start us off. Looking at his YouTube recently, and I've seen that he's announced a really large special show match between Izad and Izad's opponent, which will come to me, Kita Boy. Yes. Two pro players, probably like 2.2k elo. Slightly, I wouldn't say Izad's slightly rusty, but more experienced. Kita Boy, one of the Nilla players coming over. More fresh faced in the DE scene. It should be high octane. It should be amazing. But get this! Soldier is offering $50. $50 to the winner of each game. So, potentially, I mean, a player is guaranteed $200 to win the best of 7, and the other player can get $50 for each game they win. And that's an incredible amount of money that Soldier himself is putting in to the competitive scene of Age of Empires 3. And we say, Soldier, we salute you, but let me breathe, man. I can't keep up with that crowdfunding. I suppose that's the benefit of having the YouTube spin up for a while. I guess I was doing some stuff before he started, and then just took a break. It's always funny because I look on these comments in YouTube sections, and people are like, "Oh man, it's so good that Harrison's finally committing to the community." This, or "Oh, it's so finally good to see that he's making content." I'm like, guys, I've been playing this game straight for years and streaming for years and everything for years, but I haven't really documented it in a formalized way like on YouTube. So for some people on YouTube, hi, I'm not new. My name's Harrison. It's nice to meet you. Please be nice. Please be. Somebody called me a knockoff Lionheart. I was like, oh, that's like the best compliment I've ever received, because Lionheart is like an absolute trash commentator compared to me. No offense. I joke. We have a good banter between us, and I can say the words station correctly, and he would say it like station. He struggles with that one. But obviously his intellect, his banter, his humour classes mine. 5-1 though. I'm just the boring person who likes to watch some content, casted games, live ladders, show matches. My favourite thing really in general is watching high level players at it and watching fantastic Age of Empires. And looking at Soldier's deck today, standard deck, no cav upgrades in the second age, the classic standard racket cards in the third age, switching in 5 doppels for 8 Uhlans in the third age. Fourth age, we do not see 6 settler wagons or guild artisans, but 9 doppels, 12 skirms make an appearance, and Lipizana cavalry is now a kind of a firm staple of most German decks. 20% combat. Looking in at Konsensus position, he is now aging up behind. Obviously, both players gone for the market start, hunting Dog's house, getting that TP in transition. Soldier getting middle TP. That might allow him to take his back TP later on. Konsensus, if he wants to go for more XP, will have to go for the church, but realistically, that isn't actually much of a difference. I think he'd be very fine with that. Looking at Konsensus' deck, and hello! Finally, a 1 vs 1 mercenary deck. I think Konsensus was streaming, or maybe Batu was streaming, or Diesel was streaming, doing some mercenary options, and I was missing a few key cards, and I'm sad to see we did not see the Harkebusiers. How can you not have 8 Harkebusiers in your deck? It puts the 7 Bosniaks to shame. It is that much of an improved card, I think. Mercenaries rolls today. We've got the 2 Outlaws, Comanchero, Renegados. We've got the Lil Bombard, Highlander, and Ascari. And I'm looking specifically at the Highlander. I think the Ascari, although it's a Karelian style mercenary with bonuses versus all cavalry range, I think it gets outclassed drastically by the Highlander for cost efficiency and all round benefit. I mean, Highlanders in melee mode will mince cavalry as well, so it's definitely good. Tavern coming down early house. If I was Konsensus, I'd be really tempted to try and not make any outlaws in the second age. Maybe get 3 Comancheros to cover the Uhlans from the shipment, But if he wanted to do that, he needed to have gone Palatine settlements first to provide the housing population, because US outlaws still cost exceptionally high population. 5 pop for a really bad Dragoon. It's almost farcical how bad it is, but that was the balance back in the day. The idea was you trade up, you get a strong unit per cost. All the cost is in coin, but it's 130 res, where a normal Dragoon is like 180 res. But you pay for that in extra population space as well. It's a really nice, intricate thing where you see like Brit players, pivot into saloons once hunts were ran low, because they usually had 200 pop space remaining. Early Orlando's here from Konsensus, doing for 5 coaches, but I think this is just absolute. It's great to see, and I think it's like pretty cool. But you've just taken a 6 cozy treasure in the middle of the map in a German mirror when you know too well there's going to be 2 Orlandos somewhere else. And unfortunately, Soldier not seeing that, not like he did scout it. That's something he'd be tempted to move in and snipe, but Soldier himself sitting back in base, going for 3 stat and 700 gold. Steel traps, no military building looking to age up behind this. I think the 2 trading posts should have given the clue to Konsensus that Soldier is going to sit back. Konsensus is going Palatine now. Silversmith would have been ideal to get the pivot in, but Palatine's fine. Maybe Silversmith is actually not that useful. 2 Comancheros come up. I think once Konsensus kind of sees the no stable, if he sees the steel traps as well, he must realise that Soldier has invested too much wood into a second trading post and steel traps. You don't just afford extra 325 wood for free as the Germans. And he can do that by scouting, by looking at the villagers, gather rate, and actually Soldier puts all the vills into the TC. He's clicking up behind this with 20 villagers. Man, he's got so many resources stacked. Could he have got up so much faster? And I think the answer to that is yes. He's clicking up at 7 minutes with the Germans on the straight FF. He should be up 30 seconds earlier. Maybe 40 seconds, 2 vills cutting. I mean, he's got 600 food stockpiled. What do you spend the food on? He hasn't got the Prince Chevalier's card in the 3rd age. This is just going to be, having to sort out macro. Looking at you, Amalgamation. If a Soldier can dominate the middle, take this gold mine, it can kind of work out, but total mines on the map, limited. German mirror. Oh, this is going to be so spicy. This is going to be such a spicy game. I'm kind of looking forward to this one. Currently streaming on Twitch right now. Let's have a quick look at the... oh my fucking god, I've got the scoreboard. I just turned on the... I'll replace it with a different graphic. If you've seen this later, you've probably seen double Harrison stuff. Oh well. Yeah, that Carbone was... yeah. Yeah, you will not be seeing that in the video. Oh, does that mean to download some video editing software? Oh, dear God. I literally hopped into this game with like 10 seconds notice. I was streaming some 1v1s and getting into this one. Back to the game though. 5 skirm out here for Soldier. He's still only got 1 military production facility, and Konsensus is causing a little bit of pressure with just the age up, the shipment plans and the 2 Comancheros. 3 war wagons come out and the Orlands. This shipment to catch this. Konsensus looking for the pickup. I think Konsensus is fine to trade, actually, this Explorer for the XP. He's going to pull one on him back. He's basically fully snared now, and he's just going to, yeah, he's just going to lose all of this. He's going to try and pick up some units, but he's just very wise to get out there. So Konsensus playing the Mercenary Strike. Go for the Ascaris here with a 1.5 multiplier versus cavalry range, doing a massive 72 damage in range. I actually think, oh no, 69 attack. I actually think that's less attack than a Highlander general, full stop, so less HP, I think. Essentially what I'm trying to say is I think the Ascaris are just so much worse than Highlanders. There's no reason to not go Highlanders. Konsensus, yeah, he's got good Palatine settlements. He hasn't got Amalgamation or Silversmith, and this is a fundamental misplay when you're playing a strategy where your entire eco. And I can tell that Konsensus is not quite used to mercenaries because he's got 400 food floating and 6 villagers with steel traps. Gathering hunt, bro. What are we getting all this food for? What are we wanting to do with this? What you really need to be doing is thinking, okay, I've overfloated here. Let's just move. Maybe have 1 vill remaining just to keep a little bit of a trickle to kind of get vills. But we need to be taking map, securing mines, out in the thing, gathering, spreading out vills is fine. But apparently we're 0.66 coin per second. you know, with amalgamation and silversmith, that'd be an extra plus 40%. We could jack this number up to 0.9 gold per second, and that is significant when you're playing a strategy. And the thing is, Konsensus is kind of recovering that with 1,000 coin, but that's a short-term boost for no long-term gain. Soldier going for 1,000 coin. Soldier looking for the age up. No, he's just playing, but I think it's good actually he's chopping wood for this and not going into 1,000 wood. He sent okay, sent 1,000 coins instead of 1,000 wood. That's slight divergence of what you'd normally see, but I kind of like that. Preserves his in-base coin mines for a little bit longer. Fire set that ones do come out. Cav got comeback kind of coming behind this. He's got a decent amount of skirmishes, and the problem is, I think, from Konsensus, is that he's only got Musketeer, Mercenaries, and the thing is, he's still sending in. He's still sending. He's doing stuff like 1,000 coin into improved Mercenaries, but actually, oh, this is the best thing to happen to Konsensus. He's going to lose Explorer, but he's just seen. Jeez, man, that's a huge mass of skirmishers. What is going to beat skirmishers? Well, you've got the Pandors, that'll be skirmishers. Jaegers, well, I think 12 Merc combat Jaegers will dominate versus 20 skirms, and your Scarabs can clean up. We love Bozza. Get a couple of those Merc combat Bozzers crashed into skirmishers, get the area effect lance charge, get the kills, get the promotions, and get even insane units to fight this game. But why are we floating 700 food? The shipment's going to come in. He's going to complete this batch of Ascaris, which I'm not that fine. I don't mind about, but he's going to be selling this to get the resources to call in mercs, and he's going to have to try and buy time. In his base, what is going to be? It's going to be old Bozza. And I think getting Bozza pop onto skirms from the CC might be a fantastic play here. We do have enough food here for Minutemen. He's going to buy his time. What he definitely doesn't want to do is try and fight before the bosses turn up. Just lose the houses. It's fine. You've got plantain settlements. You know, it's a shame you have to rebuild some housing, but get over it. You'll be fine. If you need to, delete your lands. You'll be absolutely fine. Pandor way safer. I kind of disagree. I think the weird thing about the Pandors is that even though Pandors are better killing skirms than Jaegers, you still want Jaegers because Jaegers then destroy war wagons and do colossal damage versus everything it touches. Pandos is kind of like you add it into a Jaeger composition to really like pad out that pad out that kind of composition to make yourself a little bit less susceptible. But you wouldn't want to main into Pandos unless you have some really good micro. Ascari's looking out, but there's so many war wagons now here, and this is where the Jaegers came in would actually be really good because Soldier would be like, oh, do I really push in with my low mass of Vetulan? Vetulans. But we're going into trees, we're going to vills. And Konsensus is going to charge with the cav first. I think this is. I don't feel very confident here for Konsensus. Ascari's looking to get the one shot in the war wagons. Don't go into melee! Why are you going to melee, for fuck's sake? Oh my god, you're good at the game, but you're not good at the game. Why are you doing this? Why are you taking Carolean style mercenaries into melee mode, into war wagons with 20% melee resist? Why would you do that? Just go Highlanders if you want to play. If you want to go melee musks. Like, oh god, I think he's got it now. But the problem is, you have to go range into versus Orlans. You basically do the same amount of damage because of the multiplier into Orlans, but the 20% melee resist cripples your melee assault here from Ascaris, and I'm hoping that he's killed quite a few vills there from Soldier because in terms of a tactical engagement, that went disastrously. Yeah, well, Pandors is only good for targeting the skirms, which would have been really good for the competition, but as argued before, the Jaegers is what you wanted to potentially round out that competition to deal with the war wagons. And think about it, if war wagons go down, then you send in a Bozza shipment, and Soldier going for the 9 lands. A lot of res floats. Oh, okay, soldiers understood this. Soldiers understood the mission. He's looking for coin mines. Is Konsensus abandoned mercs? He's got 8 vills. Oh, don't do this to me! Oh, why are we going Pandos? Oh, Yeah, black, like, literally any of those shipments. Black Rider, Jaeger, at that point would have been better. But Pandours... This huge rage is huge. I mean, I don't know why we're trying to make a wall here. It's cute, but... Oh, consensus. Big soldier here just cleaning up these war wagons. And this is kind of why you maybe wanted to have those Ascaris on the right side. Yeah, don't make Ascaris. Ascaris are bad, okay? They're pretty bad. Yeah, so hasn't made a Scottish Highlander yet, and that's sad, because they are just insane. What's the Pandours going to do in this composition? That's my problem. Konsensus still has 31 vills. He's got 14 on wood. I guess it's because he's trying to stay safe at home. Pandours come forward. You know, very strong. 28 attack, 14 range resist. Oh, the Skies go down in melee. They caught in melee. They got no melee multiplier versus hand cav. And yeah, sending in a war wagon shipment. We've got Merc combat and going from Merc combat. Oh, it feels like just sell everything you have and try and go for Black Riders, please. Because the problem is it comes up with 3 war wagon, 3 Uhlans, but the Uhlans are age 2. Oh, you just bought the Explorer. Why would you buy the Explorer back though? Because you just sent Soldier 200 coins going, yum, 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 thanks for that. I'm going to train some more shit. And that is coin that could have been... I guess we're committing to... Oh, I've never floated 500 wood with a Merc strat. Yeah, that is literally my sentiment. It's my sentiment. No Pandours have gone down yet. War wagons do come out. Ascaris will now start to trade because he's got 9. Got 9 in the mix. So his war wagons are going down. Olan's going to get a snare. And here we go. This is actually a nice little competition together. Yeah, the Pandours will move down, but the Olans will just charge in. Soldier did send in 9 Olan, and that's where he should be charging in with these. Yeah, wagons tanking. And the best thing to do is the Ascaris will stay in range, and I think... Oh my god, there's villagers in the action as well. The Great Coat Pool. You know what, I think Konsensus is going to do this, actually. I think Konsensus is still going to win this long term. Famous last words, but as the trades go, he's still got 40% range of Pandours, demolishing skirmishers with a decent mass of Ascaris doing double damage into war wagons and no range resist. The middle mine's gone. Soldier's entire eco is idled. He's now sending in he's sending in skirms, which is okay. But the thing is, with Konsensus' point of view, well, now 9 Uhlans actually is going to be is a huge shipment. Town centre going to come in as Konsensus, so he's going to try and build that, but. Bro, just make a staple, get Vet Ulan. This is that time. This is the moment. God, this been so much easier if Konsensus sent in Jaegers instead of Bozzers earlier on. I just love look at the mass exodus of villagers here from Soldier. He's got no coin. Backing off from this coin mine means he's essentially abandoning all coin gathered on the map. Soldier has to push out with Vilpool or go into crossbows. And going crossbows into Pandours is like, I don't know, taking a butter knife to World War I. It's just not going to work. Oh, Elon's behind. The Ascar is there. The war wagons do pull off, but I mean, that should be decent. And I just love how the Ascar is in range attack versus Elon is the kind of the micro trick here, where I don't think Konsensus actually means it. It's a trade. This is going to be a trade. Let's go down another inform, but this is critical here from Soldier. This is the reinforcements he desperately needed. The skirms in the middle of the map, training Ascari. Oh no, he's going into melee, but I guess he's forced to with the Uhlans in melee on him. But the back line will doing some range damage. That's pretty good behind Soldier. He still has this whole Soldier's floating 700 wood as well. What's he going to do with the wood? He now doesn't need any housing. I mean, this is a prime example why you don't really go for a second TC in 1v1s. That TC's only just come up, but the main body of the army has gone down, and that TC is precisely not paid for itself at all. 1,000 coin here for Konsensus. Tees up another Mercenary shipment. What's it going to be? Either the two is going to work. Just click one. He does it! Oh, he's clicked the Jaegers! Also, mercenary caps, it looks great, but you give up so much tempo going for an idea like that. You never will get to pay off. Trying to go for the reverse outpost to steal the coin mine, but there's only 400 coin left because Konsensus has taken this. Mined 5,000 coin from this. Score still soldier favoured, but I tell you what, when the Jaegers come in, the tables will. Well, I guess the tables have already turned, but it's going to be really tough. Konsensus definitely needs to link up with his forward TC for the spawn point and make sure that they don't actually get caught out. Was that cheeky Pandor going for a scout? Eh? I see you. I see you, Konsensus. I see you. I'm going to click the button, and out come another 3 more Ascaris. These villas are kind of pointless now. I mean, to be fair, every villager in this game is now pointless, considering that every mine is pretty much out, except for this one. Just get to, why are we not on the mine, Konsensus? Get on the mine. Scar is moving. He sees the skirms will pull back. One Pandor going to siege an outpost. He's feeling quite hyped by that, but in comes 34% attack, 40% range resist. That's what you got to remember when you're dealing with the Jaeger. They're more range resist from the skirm. They're just so tanky, and out come the pikes. Pike and 1k wood. This is going to be double plantation at the back of the base from Soldier. Double outpost. He's outposting trees, man. He's that desperate. He's outposting trees. All I'm getting a decent raid. I've got to say that raid early in the game killed so many settler wagons, but actually it's about having the right unit in the right time. Jaeger Scary moving in. He sees the 1k wood, denies that, and you know, actually good play from Konsensus denying the 1k wood, whether he meant it or not. Soldier's just everything is just in his poor. Soldier is so mad. Oh dear. Ulan's gonna come in. Scar is Zeb moving onto the TC, unfortunately. Hashtag DE pathing. Oh, some villagers sneaking out onto the mine. They be sneaking. This TC is gonna go down. Ascaris do have decent siege, 46, but the Jaegers are still. They don't know if they want to kill villagers or kill a TC. Here, the play definitely was to kill the army and the villagers. The TC is kind of redundant at this point, especially see the outpost from soldiers to still receive shipments. TC goes down. Push coming in, but the pathing around these houses and market will certainly help Konsensus' army, and this is just a kind of gather all units together type army Z move. Should be pretty safe. Soldier floating 1600 food now. That pike production hasn't really started yet. Maybe he's praying for us FI behind this. I don't think that's quite going to work. Konsensus. Skirms in. Again, he could have sold the food, the wood, everything, and call in the Black Riders. And that would be a perfect 3-unit composition to deal with this. The TC from Konsensus. Surely Konsensus sees this. He sees what's going on. He sees the guy positioning. Minuteman's already been called out. He hasn't really got much he can do. He's kind of given up train mercs. You've got to be careful. He's only got 14 Ascaris here. But a couple of Ulans from this side and the skirms. Oh, the villagers are going to run. And the villagers run past the TC. Put the villas in the TC. Double damage on the villagers. And that each of these guys will get, well, still 2-shot, but massive damage. Skirms do come out. And even these villagers in pressure. 3 Ulans. Maybe that's what it was. Konsensus just wanting the 3 Cav because Cavs were super hard to come by. Jaeger frontline tank in here. That's actually big brain. So much more squishy HP than Ascaris. The Ulans come from behind. The 8 skirms out on the field. All of Soldier's eco is in these 2 towers. And I like to believe to the very end. However, Soldier literally has nothing. All these villas, man, they've been trapped. That 30 coin beaver treasure could be the golden ticket back in. But it's going to be a bit of a bloodbath here. Yeah, these Ascaris are not happy. Yeah, and they're going to go down. Some vills getting away. Why are you still trying, Soldier? double town center next to some you got to believe the Soldier hype. Hashtag Soldier hype, but this isn't the Soldier hype, unfortunately. More vills going down, more TC. Another coin mine secured by Konsensus. He's still got this coin mine. Very little coin remaining, actually. Meant to come out to kill those Ulans earlier. And I was saying to I think it was Konsensus or Diesel, like they were having land grab, but advanced estates here for Germany. 1 estate wagon and cheaper estates afterwards. That is the card you want in this situation, because you see that like both Soldier and Konsensus, they're kind of really Konsensus just given up play. He's just like, yeah, I'm not making units. He's just given up. I also expecting like the resign to come in like 3 minutes ago here from Soldier. What is Soldier planning? That's the question. I think from Soldier's point of view, he sees this army and goes, actually, you haven't got that many units. And from Soldier's point of view, but the thing is, he doesn't see the rest of the stuff from Konsensus. There's 2 TC still standing, he's got all the hunts, and he already has a decent army to fight. And you guys are so strong. Soldier shipment. Yeah, 600 coin coming in. Yeah, you kind of have to, I guess. You have the food, and that kind of is like a pseudo 8 skirm shipment, but Konsensus, he's aging. The little bombard! He's aging for the little bombards! Yes, man! Yes! We love you, Konsensus. We do. We love you, Konsensus. We do. We love you, Konsensus. We do. Oh, Konsensus, we love you. I swear Merc combat was 25%, and then it came into DE at 20% on an ESOC patch. And then in like later DE patches, it was nerfed even further to 15%. Yeah, it's 15. I think another reason for that is the general strength of mercenaries as an overall has gone up. Like Jaegers were the standout merc back in the day, just in general. But like having boosted Harquebusiers, you've got Bosniaks with better Stradiots, you have Senna Horsemen. Like think about the idea to get Senna Horsemen age 3, 1200 HP, siege resist, range resist. You know, put 15% HP on that, and that they had some tanky boys. But people saying that Konsensus should be diving in right now. I mean, sieging houses and marketing TP and not sitting onto buildings is absolutely safe. Going for the factory behind this, age up the coin. There's a second estate, and it always is looking really say. Oh, please tell me we want to get. Please tell me we want to get in a bombard. Click it. Nat combat. I don't think native combat was that strong, but then again, it's the same arguments really. But you know, back in the old day, that French didn't have access to ancien regimes. They didn't have access to those, you know, real strong European musketeer units, which is kind of forms most of the basis of French compositions these days. And you're back in the day, your Cherokee riflemen were terrible, Blowgun were terrible, Nootka were terrible. Basically, natives were terrible. Apart from Lakota, natives were just terrible, and we got mercantilism coming now for second factories, 2 heavy cannons. I can just imagine Soldier right now talking to his YouTube gang in his video. Alright guys, I'm gonna send in 2 Falcons, see if I can work my magic with an artillery play. I mean, we believe the Soldier hype, the comeback potential is real, that Panda has finally gone down. I mean, that is a lot of dead units, I will give it to him. Just go straight into the heavy cannon production. Finally, he's clicked the scary button again. Oh, he's just looking for the Falcon. Harrison, you missed the Falcon snipe. Sorry. I love how his factory this side actually is super smart. It's on the opposite side of the map. I haven't got tier 1 estates yet. Or tier 2, should I say, some tier 1. And the thing is, when you have 2 estates and the best part of 4 set of wagons, you have 24 villagers on estates. That is so worth to upgrade here, even if it is for the 10%. 24, that's an extra 2.4 vills. It'll pay itself off pretty quickly. Konsensus Soldier's got himself the Cheyenne, gone for the Bison tech. He spent all his coin on like those 2 Falcons. He's going for 1 Culverin now. He's hoping from. And basically, he hasn't even. He's got no racks, no stable. He's got the artillery foundry. But he's not making any crossbow pike. He's just making vills to make vills and to. There's no estate as well. I kind of enjoy watching this thinking that Soldier thinks he's still got hope, and maybe he's thinking if he's actually going to put stuff onto the YouTube, maybe he's thinking, oh, I can squeeze an extra ad content in here to fund his amazing $350 show match coming up on the February the 22nd. Get that in there, definitely. Turn up and watch it. I'm going to watch it. It's going to be super hype. He's going to stream it on, I think he's going to say he's going to stream it on Twitch, but I think he might actually change his mind and stream it on YouTube Gaming. So whatever happens, I'll be in the chat watching it. Soldier sending 2 settler wagons now. It just doesn't compare to 2 factories though. That's the kind of the awkward situation that Soldier needs to realise. Half score. We're playing the Carp Challenge. I've got to say, this has been a fantastic game. Also, disappointingly shocking game, but also amazing game, but also no little bombards. That is the game. Konsensus somehow managed to win that game. And there was many ideas there, which I thought were just didn't quite tie up together. Missing amalgamation. I suppose saving the silversmith. I don't really mind that, but on a map like Great Plains when the silver mines are so low, actually would have been pretty strong play. Going for the early 1k coin to just train Ascaris and not really push through those mercenary shipments, and quite often you can play German mercs by not even making a saloon and just send in those shipments and actually kind of play for the composition there. The melee mode of Ascaris onto the war wagons was personal hype there. Diving in Bosniaks Uhlans without dealing with something like the war wagons from range, and that's where the Jaeger play would come in. That's where Blackfriars might have also worked nicely. I don't think the boss has got the value, but just the sheer trading with the Ascaris and then sending in Pandors over Jaegers worked out really, really well. Jaegers would have had the same return, actually, versus the Skirms and War Wagons. But the Ascaris were keeping company, and Soldier just did not have a massive Ulamas. Was trying to go Skirm War Wagon, and actually that might have hurt him quite drastically. Germans are always very bloody, but that was an interesting one. Very polite H2, both players doing their own separate agenda. Soldier massing up. First fight here, Konsensus. Really did not go well at all. Second fight for Konsensus. The next fight, absolutely different. This was oh god, what was this? Was this actually just the Pandors just going through? Yeah, because most of these were 3-pot war wagons going down. I think that's probably what it was. It was like 13 Ascaris. 13 Ascaris. 13 Pandors, 3 war wagon, 3 Ulan. So nice composition there. And the war wagon actually were tanking a lot of damage there, protecting the mercs. The Soldier fell apart there. And we just look at the coin total. I think the game, I mean, look at Res, you go, oh, Soldier ahead. I think he always was ahead with his economy, but look at the coin. There you go. That's the game. That is the game. Soldier was gathering a lot of coin. Obviously, he gathering less coins, mixing his composition. He sent 1,000 coin earlier so he had lots more food and wood. But once he lost that middle mine, goodbye the remaining coin mines. He had no map to get onto it. And after losing that fight, flatlined drastically. 600 coin, H2. Makes a dent in the line, but doesn't help solve the problem. And unless Soldier was hoping for some sort of bowpike miracle, he was dead 8 minutes before that. But enjoyed the extra competition with you guys. I'm sure you enjoyed that time. I'm sure you guys enjoyed this extra graphic on the top. That will definitely say Harrison AoE in the game. I can't believe I left that one up there, but that's fine. Right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that game. I enjoyed that game. What a laugh. I'll see you guys in the next one.